An emergency fund is a financial safety net designed to cover unexpected expenses or financial emergencies. It is a critical component of sound financial planning, providing individuals and families with a cushion against unforeseen financial challenges. In this essay, we will explore the importance of an emergency fund, the reasons why it is essential, and strategies for building and maintaining one. The concept of an emergency fund is a reserved amount of money set aside specifically to cover unexpected expenses that are not part of regular, predictable spending. These can include medical emergencies, car repairs, home repairs, job loss, or any other sudden financial need. The primary purpose of an emergency fund is to prevent individuals from having to rely on high-interest debt, such as credit cards or personal loans, in times of financial distress. Reasons for having an emergency fund. 1. Financial security *. One of the most compelling reasons to have an emergency fund is to achieve a sense of financial security. Life is unpredictable, and unforeseen events can happen at any time. Having a financial cushion helps mitigate the stress and anxiety associated with these unexpected situations. It provides peace of mind, knowing that there is a safety net to fall back on when needed. 2. Avoiding debt. Without an emergency fund, individuals may be forced to rely on credit cards, payday loans, or other high-interest borrowing options to cover unexpected expenses. This can lead to a cycle of debt that is difficult to break. By having an emergency fund, individuals can avoid accumulating high-interest debt and the associated financial strain. 3. Protecting long-term financial goals. An emergency fund helps protect long-term financial goals, such as saving for retirement, buying a home, or funding a child's education. Without an emergency fund, unexpected expenses might force individuals to dip into these savings, derailing their long-term plans. By having a dedicated emergency fund, other financial goals remain intact, and progress towards them continues uninterrupted. 4. Job security *. In the event of job loss, an emergency fund can be a lifeline. It provides the financial support needed to cover essential expenses while searching for new employment. This buffer allows individuals to focus on finding the right job rather than feeling pressured to accept the first available opportunity, which might not be a good fit. 5. Unforeseen medical expenses. Healthcare costs can be significant, and unexpected medical emergencies can quickly drain savings. An emergency fund helps cover medical bills, co-pays, and other related expenses without causing financial hardship. This is particularly important for individuals without comprehensive health insurance. 6. Home and car repairs. Home and car repairs are often unavoidable and can be costly. An emergency fund ensures that these necessary repairs can be addressed promptly, maintaining the functionality and safety of one's home and vehicle. Without an emergency fund, these repairs might be delayed, leading to further damage and higher costs in the long run. 7. Family emergencies. Family emergencies, such as the sudden need to travel to care for a sick relative or support family members in crisis, can arise unexpectedly. An emergency fund provides the financial flexibility to respond to these situations without disrupting regular financial obligations. Strategies for building an emergency fund. 1. Set a realistic goal. The first step in building an emergency fund is to set a realistic savings goal. Financial experts often recommend saving 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This amount can vary based on individual circumstances, such as job stability, income, and family size. It is important to assess one's financial situation and determine an appropriate target amount. 2. Create a budget. Creating a budget is essential for identifying areas where expenses can be reduced and savings can be increased. By tracking income and expenses, individuals can identify discretionary spending that can be redirected towards the emergency fund. A budget also helps ensure that savings goals are met consistently. 3. Automate savings. Automating savings is an effective way to ensure consistent contributions to an emergency fund. By setting up automatic transfers from a checking account to a dedicated savings account, individuals can make saving a priority and avoid the temptation to spend the money elsewhere. 4. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Cutting back on non-essential expenses is a practical way to free up funds for an emergency savings account. This might involve reducing dining out, entertainment, or subscription services. Small changes in spending habits can add up over time and significantly contribute to building an emergency fund. 5. Increasing income through side jobs, freelancing, or seeking higher-paying employment can accelerate the process of building an emergency fund. Extra income can be dedicated entirely to savings, helping to reach the target amount more quickly. 6. Save windfalls. Unexpected windfalls, such as tax refunds, bonuses, or gifts, should be directed towards the emergency fund. These lump sum amounts can make a substantial difference in achieving savings goals and provide a significant boost to the fund. 7. Prioritize emergency savings. Prioritizing emergency savings means making it a top financial goal. By focusing on building and maintaining the fund, individuals can ensure that they are prepared for unexpected expenses. This might involve temporarily pausing contributions to other savings goals until the emergency fund is adequately funded. Maintaining an emergency fund. 1. Keep it separate. An emergency fund should be kept in a separate savings account that is easily accessible but not too easily accessible. This helps prevent the temptation to dip into the fund for non-emergency expenses. A high-yield savings account is a good option, as it offers higher interest rates and grows the fund over time. 2. Replenish after use. If an emergency fund is used, it is crucial to replenish it as soon as possible. This ensures that the fund is always available for future emergencies. Rebuilding the fund should become a priority until it is restored to its target amount. 3. Regularly review and adjust. Regularly reviewing and adjusting the emergency fund is essential to ensure that it remains adequate for changing circumstances. Life changes, such as marriage, the birth of a child, or a change in employment, might necessitate an increase in the fund. Regular check-ins help maintain the fund's relevance and adequacy. 4. Stay disciplined. Maintaining an emergency fund requires discipline and commitment. It is important to resist the temptation to use the fund for non-emergency purposes. Clear criteria for what constitutes an emergency can help maintain this discipline. Conclusion: an emergency fund is a vital aspect of financial health and stability. It provides a safety net that allows individuals to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and security. By protecting against high-interest debt, safeguarding long-term financial goals, and offering peace of mind, an emergency fund is an indispensable tool in achieving financial well-being. Building and maintaining an emergency fund requires careful planning, discipline, and commitment, but the benefits far outweigh the effort. In a world where financial stability is often challenged by unexpected events, an emergency fund stands as a beacon of preparedness and resilience.